الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم من همزه ونفخه ونفخه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. إنه من يهديه الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى قيام الساعة. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Our most honored elders and highly respected elders, brothers and sisters alike, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beyond what our faculty can retain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been kind to every single one of us in terms of rational, Allahu Akbar. We cannot comprehend the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In terms of measurement, we can never quantify or qualify the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All He needs from all of us is that we should be thankful to Him. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. In between last week Sunday and today, the Rabbil Kaaba, only Him, Allah, knows the exact figure of those who are called back to Him. Allahu Akbar Kabira. You and I are not in any way better than them, but once again, the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more grandeurs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have been extended to us. We ask Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to sustain that, inshallah, with all of us, so that we witness the forthcoming Ramadan and we make the best out of it, inshallah. Respected brothers in Islam, we are taking off, inshallah al-Kareem, from Hadith 27, Al-Muntaqa min Sharh Riyadh Saliheen. Hadith 27. That was where we stopped, inshallah al-Kareem, last week. We are taking off Hadith 27. وَعَنْ أَبِي يَحْيَى Suhaib bin Sinan. On the authority of Abu Yahya, the father of Yahya, Suhaib, son of Sinan, radiyallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with them. He says, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, the messenger of Allah, may peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, said, عجبا لأمر المؤمن. عجبا لأمر المؤمن. How wonderful is a matter of a believer. How wonderful is the matter of a believer. Inna amrahu kullahu lahu khair. All his affairs, there is goodness in all his affairs. From the beginning to the end of a believer. Prophet ﷺ says, Ajaban li amril mu'min. Allahu Akbar kabira. How wonderful is the affairs of a believing man and a believing woman. Inna amrahu kullahu khair. All his affairs, there is goodness in it at every point in time. وَلَيْسَ ذَلِكَ لِأَحَدٍ إِلَّا لِلْمُؤْمِنِ. And no one can have that opportunity. No one, it doesn't apply to anybody إِلَّا لِلْمُؤْمِنِ, except a true believer. May Allah make all of us true believers. Prophet ﷺ says the reason is that in asabatu sarra shakara. Anytime sarra, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants him more ni'mah, more favors, is with affluence. Shakara, he gives thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fakana khayran lahu, and that is best for him. That is good for him. When asabatu darra, whenever any adversity befalls him, sabara, he is patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fakana khayran lahu, and that is also good for him. Now, this hadith, Rawahu Muslim, Imam Muslim reported this hadith. For a Muslim, part of our discussions in Sharh al-Usul Salatha, a Muslim will not have everything rosary. There is no how. If you have money, you have power, you have everything, there is something yet you don't have. And if you have money, that money also at some point Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests you with the money. But a true believer is somebody who is constant. He is constant upon giving thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At any point in time. When he's happy, he gives thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he's saddened, he gives thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he's patient. This is a true believer, exemplified by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As a believer, at every point in time, even when you don't get what you think you should have gotten, give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah takes something away from you, all Allah needs is that just be from among those who are patient. Because ma yakunu al-amru sahlan kulluhu. Affairs of a Muslim will not be on the same lane altogether. That a Muslim will be happy from today till Yawm al-Qiyamah. It is not done. Likewise, one will not be saddened from today till Yawm al-Qiyamah. No. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. At some point, you are in a state of a difficulty. At some point, money is not there. At some point, you look for power, is not there. Then at some point, Allah gives it to you. So each of these, you give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when Allah gives to you. You remain patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and still appreciate Him. This is a true definition of a believer. May Allah make all of us true believers. Sheikh said, min fawaid al-hadith. One of the extracted benefits of the hadith, al-hafu ala sabr ala darra wa anna dhalika min hisal al-muslimin aw al-mu'minin. The best lesson is that it is expected of a believer to be patient anytime Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala afflicts him either with any adversity or any challenge or anything he detests. As-sabru ala darra. When he's patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away that thing and replaces it with another thing that is better. We made mention for ourselves, hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy with that person. Then the next thing, Allahumma ajirni fi musibati. Oh Allah, protect me, console me, comfort me from this musibah, this calamity, this adversity. Waqlufni al-khayra minha, and give me what is far best, inshallah, than this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala change all our adversity to happiness and tranquility. Now, al-hafu ala shukr. Number two, another thing is that al-hafu ala shukr inda sarrat. A Muslim is advised to always be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever Allah gives to you, you go out in the morning, on your way back, before you come back, Allah has given you what you are going to put on the table for your family. Give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are thankful upon the magnanimity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah redouble. In fact, Allah gives you more than what anybody can think. Allah says this, La in shakartum la azidannakum. If you give thanks to Him upon the little has given to you, Allah says, I'm going to double, I'm going to give you more. Now, لأنه إذا شكر الإنسان ربه. If a Muslim, a son of Adam, appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ala ni'matin, upon a particular favor Allah did for him, فَهَذَا مِن تَوْفِيقِ اللَّهِ لَهُ. This is one of the rahmah of Allah itself. That you even give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is another favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning, for you to know that Allah has actually done something for you, and you give thanks to Him, is another favor. Meaning, you give thanks, Allah gives you more. Now, for those who refuse to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah did not say, I'm not going to give them more. Allah says, I will punish them. Allahu Akbar. Wala in kafartum. If you turn your back against me, instead of appreciating, you keep quiet, or you think this one is not enough. Inna adabi la shadid. Indeed, my punishment is painful, is severe. May Allah never meet His punishment on any one of us. Tawfiqu min Allah. For you and I to think inward, to look inward and see that, oh, Allahu Akbar. Favors of sin, we can never quantify it. Favors of hearing, we can never ever quantify it. Favors of the faculty, we can never ever measure it. Now, al-afiyah generally, that the food is put on the table for us, we wash our hands by ourselves, we say Bismillah, we consume the food, Wallahi al-Azim is an unquantifiable favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even though what you are eating is quite different from what another other person is eating. But for the fact that they are not spoon feeding you, they are not begging you to take little. There are people in the hospital. There are those at home. The doctors have told them they should be going home. Allahu Akbar. A sister said that today to me. They told them that the person should be going home. They have done all they could. She will just be on a permanent drug. And last for them, she cannot exceed 5 years. Allahu Akbar. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. This is a Muslim sister, a Muslim like any one of us. And they have told her, you won't live longer than 5 years. But I said, no. Even the person who uttered that may even die before all of us. Just hold on to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be thankful to Him. One of the shortest way, a very easiest way to get the rahmah of Allah, wallah, is to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if you don't have anything in your pocket, you say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Everything, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing, especially of every Muslim, Alhamdulillahi Alladhi Ahyana Ba'da Ma Amatana Wa Ilayhi Nushur. This doesn't mean you have money, you don't have money, you have food, you don't have, for the fact that you are among those whom Allah returned their souls. Because many actually die. You and I may not know, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala confirmed. There are those souls, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will told them, as we sleep together, the following morning, they are gone forever. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala returned for you and I, we need to give thanks to Him upon that. If you not give thanks to Him, Allah gives you more. Now, if someone is told that you will live beyond 5 years, a Muslim somewhere, she or he may not even live for 1 month because she will be depressed or you will be depressed, having been told. But in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's nothing like that. Why? They have told many people in the past, at the end of the day, they lived longer than even those who told them. And there are people who are not sick at all. They are not sick at all. But they will die, in fact, under 24 hours. I saw a picture online yesterday. This a colleague I know. I saw him last week. He was standing, healthy, everything was normal. In fact, I just saw his obituary picture and they said, gone too soon. I looked at the person, I know the person, and I saw him last week. I called somebody with him. What happened? He said, brief illness, 2 days. And he did child dedication last week. You can see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Child dedication last week. I saw him, he was perfectly okay, at least based on human reasoning. But today is gone. Today is gone. So, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Some people are ingrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because they don't have money. Money is not everything. Some have that money, but today they don't have afiyah. They don't have good health. If they see somebody who can give them help, containing or collecting half of all their wealth, they are ready to give it. They are ready to give it out. Allahu Akbar Kabiru. We should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sheikh said, even if you give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, هذا من توفيق الله سبحانه وتعالى وهو من أسباب زيادة النعم ولهذا قال بعضهم. If you are able to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah loves you. Because it is one thing for Allah to do favor to a Muslim. It's another thing for a Muslim to know that is a favor and they give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the scholar said, إِذَا كَانَ شُكُرِي نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ نِعْمَةٌ. If my appreciation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if appreciating Allah is a favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then ni'matun, it is a favor. Alayya lahum fi mithliha yajibu shukur. It is another favor that I count for me to always giving thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the morning, and I give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at every point in time. Anytime I remember that I'm one of those who give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it gives me more energy to give more thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. And that's what I learned from all of us. If you build a central masjid, you sponsor everybody, you give people food, but if you are not thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't utter it out, you don't use that at utterance, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is still half. You are not there yet. Allahu Akbar. It is not yet to rule. That is why our previous hadith, Prophet ﷺ says, Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, yamla'an, aw yamla'a ma bayna as-sama wal-ard. Say Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, it fills the space between heaven and earth. Then your money can never fill the space between heaven and earth. No. If all of us bring everything together, all our food for stuff, cooked and uncooked, all the property, you gather everything, it will not reach from her to the heaven. But saying Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim, they register you from among the grateful souls before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make you and I from among them. Sheikh said, فَكَيْفَ بُلُوغُ الشُّكُرِ إِلَّا بِفَضْلِهِ. A human being should think that, how possible can it be for you to even give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except that Allah loves you? Some people don't see it as anything. They think it's their brain. What? Thank Allah for what? What for? Tell me. No, what for? All my age mates are riding GMC, and I'm still cruising one Honda, old Honda. Discussion continue. Or we have not started discussion. And you say, as we thankful to Allah. No. Even those who are riding jeeps, wallahi al-azim, sometimes you are having peace of mind better than them. You don't know. Someone who wears Babariga said, it is only him who knows where the shoe is pinching me on his leg. You just look, some guy, oh, this person, guy is only Mori. They have eaten up the whole dunya. No, the one Allah has given to you, be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because wallahi al-azim, no matter how high level, no matter how low level you think you are better than many. You are better than many. You are better than many. I was telling some brothers last week in one estate around Riyadh, Allahu Akbar. Go to cemetery. Allahu Akbar Kabir. You know that you are better than many. Now, from there, go to the hospital. There are those, they think they are on their way to Al-Akhirah. They don't know anything about dunya again. They are begging them to eat. At some point, the doctors, the relatives, they have lost hope. And they are in the hospital. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise them. They will still be on their feet. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatsoever Allah has done for you, just be thankful. Be grateful to Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for you to get more. The Sheikh said, if you give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's another sign of the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on you that makes you to recognize that Allah has done favor to you. وَإِن طَالَتِ الْأَيَّامُ وَاتَّصَلَ الْعُمُرُ. However you long and you live, however long you live on earth, continue to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is your own saving grace in dunya, and then something you fall back upon in the day of Qiyamah. May Allah make it easier for all of us. Hadith 28. وَعَنْ أَنَسْ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَنْهُ. Anas bin Malik, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him. Radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he says, Qala lamma thaqula an-nabiyyu sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When Prophet sallallahu became very, very sick, Allahu Akbar. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam became very, very sick. That is, it is minus nobody. Prophet sallallahu wouldn't have been sick. Should have been all through, standing, healthy, everything. But part of things Allah wants you and I to know. And there's no how. Nothing can make all of us to be at par with him, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Allah made him to test some of these things in dunya to perfect his way to get to Al-Jannah. No one will get to Al-Jannah before him. Even the hadith that he overheard the footstep of Bilal in Al-Jannah, that Al-Jannah has not come. Allah authenticated that Bilal will definitely be in Al-Jannah. But you will not get there before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No. In fact, authentic hadith of Prophet sallallahu, when Ahlul Jannah, they are said, Ahlul Nar, they are said, Prophet sallallahu said, he is the first person to knock the door of Jannah. And the angels will come, Man anta, who is that? We say, Muhammad. I say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have been told never to open this gate to anybody but you. May Allah make all of us to queue behind him, entering Al-Jannatul Firdaus. So Prophet sallallahu lamma thaqula, when he became so sick, Allahu Akbar Kabir, ja'ala yatagashahu al-karb, Allahu Akbar. Prophet sallallahu lost his consciousness. Jalla jalaluka ya Allah. What has Allah done to you? Now you say, Wallahi, I will never go back to the masjid because of COVID-19. Till today, some people are still praying at home. Wallahi. You have no anything to say before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Political gatherings, you go. Shoprites, you go. Tantalizers, you go. The house of Allah, they told you don't go there. Wicked. Yes, he goes to bank. But in the only house of Allah, they told you, you go to the house of Allah, you contact Corona. Allahu Akbar kabira. Look at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yatagashahu al-karb. He became unconscious. Having been sick, he was down, temporarily indisposed, totally down, now unconscious. Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Faqalat Fatima radiyallahu anha. The only surviving daughter came to him. Ya Rasulullah, wa karba abata. What a stress my beloved father is going through. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa karba abata. What a stress my dad is going through because he has lost consciousness. Faqala laysa ala abika karbun ba'da al-yawm. When Prophet gained his conscience back, he said to Fatima, I see, as you have been kind to me, Amma, listen, laysa ala abiki karbun ba'da hadha al-yawm. Your father will never pass through any stress apart from today. Allahu Akbar. What does that tell all of us? Who was dying? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Laysa ala abiki karbun ba'da al-yawm. Your father will never witness any or experience any stress again after this. Falamma mata. Fatima was there. When Prophet passed on, he died. Faqalat. Fatima said, Ya abata. Oh my beloved father. Ajaba rabban da'a. You have obeyed the call of your Lord who had called you back to him. Ya abata. Oh my father. Jannat al-Firdaus ma'awa. Allah has booked space for you in Al-Jannah. You are going back as your place of abode. Ya abata. Oh my father. Ila Jibril nana'a. There is nobody who will tell in the heaven about your demise but Jibril alayhi salam. Because with your demise, Jibril will start not coming again. Allahu Akbar. Nobody. Abu Bakr will not receive any wahi. Uthman will not receive. Ali will not receive. Umar will not receive. Ila Jibrila nana'a. It is only Jibril in the heaven we can uptake, we can inform of your demise. Because we are not expecting Jibril, nothing from us, from Allah directly to us through you again. Allahu Akbar. Falamma dufina. When Prophet was eventually buried, we made mention of so many confusions, up to the extent that Abu Bakr Siddiq, Umar Farooq, Uthman bin Affan, Ali Abi Sibtain, all of them were confused, all the Sahaba, they were looking at him. Did he die? Umar said, nobody should say a Prophet had died again. Whoever said that, the person, I will cut off his head and his mother will deliver another baby today. Because of what? Because of their immeasurable, unquantifiable love, unreserved love for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At the end of the day, no single imam prayed over Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because they were not united. So I'm telling you, now let us do this until Abu Bakr Siddiq gained his own consciousness back. And then about 11, 7 first, Al-Abbas and others, they now beg Prophet sallallahu, and for the Prophet of Allah, they will not remove their clothes. They begged him like that, nobody except his wife to see his private part. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As they bathed him with his cloth, they used another cloth to cover him. The second one, the third one, and the prophets of Allah, anywhere they died, that's the place they will bury them. As they did that, they finished. Now remains Salat. Who will lead the Salat? Al-Janaza. Abu Bakr Siddiq said, I will pray over Prophet Sallallahu and I will lead the Jama'ah to pray Salat al-Janaza. He believed he is gone. But everybody became confused. Now he did his own. Umar did, Uthman did, Ali did, sometimes 3 persons could do without any imam. In fact, the women also did. Ya Rasulullah, he died. Allah Akbar. While the whole town, Medina, it was a state of quagmire. Some people were still saying, no, we will not go there, he didn't die. While the munafiqun, especially idolaters, say, Ashe will die. Then where is Allah now? That is for every single one of us. Allahu Akbar kabira. All you need is that undust the table. Don't have any element of shirk. You are okay with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is okay with you. Every other prayer said for you, about you, from people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make them to reach you. But if somebody dies an idolater, if you do so of Al-Quran, even if today pray over that person, wallahi, Allah says, Inna Allah la yakfiru an yushraka bi wa yakfiru ma duna dhalika liman yasha. Now, in the case of Fatima, Prophet ﷺ was buried. When he was buried, Fatima came back and said, "Falamma dufina, qalat Fatima radiyallahu ta'ala anha." After the Prophet ﷺ was buried, Fatima said, "Atabat anfusukum an tahuthu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at-turab." Are you all of you Sahaba, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Sa'ad, Muaz, Abu Huraira, all of them. Atabat anfusukum. Do you have the God? Your minds are now settled that you have the confidence to pour turab, clay, sand on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and everybody came back home. Allahu Akbar. That reality dawned on her, even though she was privileged to have a very fantastic discussion with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that settled her mind. What was that discussion? When Prophet told her, Allah was saying, where Prophet said, "Bali Rafiq al-Ala, Bali Rafiq al-Ala, Bali Rafiq al-Ala." The second one, when he now told Fatima that you are going to be the first person from Ali Muhammad to join me. Allahu Akbar. Fatima loved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than anything in dunya. And Prophet showed that love. That if you want to get me happy now, make me happy, just make Fatima happy. If you want to get me or get another side of me, touch Fatima. Allahu Akbar. But as we always say, when it comes to word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even Fatima, even Aisha, even Abu Bakr, Prophet didn't give any dad. He said, "Law saraqat Fatima bint Muhammad, laqata'tu yadaha." With the law, with everything, if she steals or parts or lose the treasury, Baitul Mal, I will amputate her, because that's an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, where we are going, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenges all of us. Our iman is not yet iman until we love Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam better than ourselves. That is why some people now, out of the love of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they transgress. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam cautioned, no matter how you love me, you must love me better than yourself, as he told Umar bin Khattab. But don't love me up to the extent of overacting me to be at par with Allah, as the children of Israel did to Isa alayhi salam. Because they did that out of love for Isa. At the end of the day, they went extreme. That of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you love him based on what he had told all of us. What is that? He says, "Kullu ummati yadkhuluna al-jannata illa man aba." All my ummah will enter al-jannah except those who refuse. The Sahaba say, "Ya Rasulullah, man ya'ba?" Who will be given such an offer and the person will return or reject? Prophet says, anybody who is doing what I'm doing today, who is upon what I've left for you, the person will be in Al-Jannah. Sure banker. May Allah make all of us to be in Al-Jannah. Al-Jannah to Firdaus. Woman yaba. Anybody who transgresses, who upturns, who's against what I've said or what I do, the person has already rejected the offer and the person will be in hell. May Allah never put any one of us in hell. In that hadith, Sheikh Al-Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala said, "Al-ma'na qawluhu ja'ala yatagashahu al-karb." When Fatima said, "My father is undergoing stress, a lot of fitna, looking at Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam becoming unconscious," Sheikh said, "I mean shiddat ma yusibuhu," because of the extreme level of unconsciousness of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What he wants to be hada, the rationale, wisdom behind this, so that one will not look at Rasulullah undergoing all this. He should have just said, "Allahumma, take this thing away from me," and I would have taken it away. No. All the prophets of Allah, all of them, no but, wallahi, no but, all of them, Allah tried them in many ways. Just check Surah As-Safat, when Allah talked about their partner, the adversity, the challenges. At the end of the day, Allah says, "Salamun ala Nuhin fil alamin." Peace of Allah now be upon you over the endurance and perseverance. Salamun ala Ibrahim. Allah confirms about Ibrahim. Inna hada lahu al-bala'ul mubin. This is a manifestation of the child from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, an only child given birth to after 83 years of waiting for Allah's rahmah. Now Allah commanded him to slaughter that boy to worship him. Allah says, "Inna hada lahu al-bala'ul mubin." This is a very clear adversity and trial from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But eventually, He made sure he wanted to do it. Allah says, وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ. We replaced him with a big caption. Ayub, all the doctors lost hope. Allahu Akbar kabira. He himself lost hope. Yunus swallowed by fish. Yusuf from house to Rigia, from Rigia to prison yard, from prison yard, Allahu Akbar kabira. He later ruled the same state. Allahu Akbar kabira. So any trial, any challenge you are facing today, it is not the end of your life. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. But as you did not report Allah to people when everything was rosary, when we are getting everything, then we should also be patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even with trial, when you give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Like hadith of someone who lost his baby. And Prophet told them, Allah sent angels to go and visit the family, to go and listen to what they are saying, what the mother of that baby is saying, what the father of that baby is saying, the relatives and family members, what are they saying? The angels came back and said, they are still giving thanks to you, Allah. With that, Allah says, go and build a gigantic building for them in Al-Jannah and put tag there, Baytul Hamd, because they give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, if you give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah does something that you don't want, just be patient. You are not the only person. And some people say, is it only me? No. It's a phase in life. It's a phase in life. But if you give thanks to Allah upon that, Allah fast track your istijaba. Even when you are having challenge, the money, they have not paid you, you have done all the work. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hamdan kathiran, wasi'an, tayyiban, mubarakan fi. Okay. Inshallah, Allah will approve it. Go and give it to me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our prayers. Now, the Sheikh said, when Prophet became unconscious, Fatima uttered this statement that Abata, Hada min ajla ayanala ala darajati sabr. Allah did that to Prophet deliberately, not because Allah was wicked to Prophet, but for Prophet to get the uppermost level of reward of sabr. فإن الصبر منزلة عالية لا ينال إلا بامتحان أو اختبار من الله سبحانه وتعالى. Because sabr itself, that endurance, perseverance, it's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And no one will be given that except the person who has been tried by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, either through any test or any examination. Now, لأنه لا صبر إلا على مكروه. One is not required, no one is not expected to be patient except somebody who is not happy. It is because he lost a job, that's why we say, or he was offended. If you are not wrong, he will not tell you, Now, be patient with Allah because things are not the way you expected. Now, you had played your own part, but instead of you to get the money, you didn't get the money. You are patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A child is sick. You pray for the child, then you be patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You yourself at some point, you need something, you didn't get it, be patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. Now, the kalma, Ya abatahu ila Jibrila nan'a. The kalma uttered by Fatima, oh my beloved father, ila Jibrila nan'a. It's only Jibril who will tell, because it's the channel between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And now you are the ikhbar bi mawtil mayyit. It's the announcement of death. That is an-na'i. Wa qawluha ajaba rabban daha. What she said, that Prophet had answered the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this li'anna Allah huwa alladhi biyadihi malakutu kulli shay. Because it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who holds everything. Those who die in a day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala releases to the angels, go and pick this, and the angels will go to all their countries, wherever they be. Aynama takunu yudrikumul maut. Wherever they may be, the angels will fish them out and pick them. Everything lies in Allah's hand. That was why Fatima said, my father had actually obeyed and answered the final call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَوْلُهَا جَنَّةُ الْفِرْدَوْسِ مَأْوَاهُ. That Jannah Firdaus is the abode of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لِأَنَّهُ عَلَى الْخَلْقِ مَنْزِلَةً فِي الْجَنَّةِ. Because Prophet sallallahu is the highest ranked human being and jinn before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Firdaus is the highest rank al-Jannah of all other al-Jannah. We have Firdaus, we have Na'im, we have Jannat Adin, we have Darus Salam, we have Darul Khulud. All of them, together, they are far below Jannatul Firdaus. Allahu Akbar. Because in hadith, we read that yesterday or day before yesterday. Prophet ﷺ says, Jannatul Firdaus is the best of all Jannah. And all of you as my ummah, don't ask for any place in Al-Jannah. Don't ask for a store of Al-Jannah. Don't ask for any Al-Jannah. Ask for Al-Jannatul Firdaus. Because all the streams, the Jurimin Tati Al-Anhar, that Allah connect to all other Al-Jannah, the member, the spring, it will start from Al-Jannatul Firdaus. It's from the Firdaus, like water board. This is the pump, everything here. They will now start connecting to you. Why don't you go to the base? That's Al-Jannah Firdaus. And on top of all these honors, Prophet ﷺ says, فَوْقَهُ عَرْشُ الرَّحْمَنِ. The Al-Arsh, throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is positioned on top of Al-Firdaus. Is it not good for you to be closer to Allah than to go to Jannah to Adini in Dubai? Allahu Akbar. It's not even in Dubai. Wallahi, one Jannah. Let breath up, down, is more than Nigeria. More than Nigeria. So where will you go? Allahu Akbar now. What are the whole world? Because Prophet actually gave a description. And Allah said in the Quran, check Surah Al-Hadid. Are you belittling yourself? For one person. Yes, that is Allah told Prophet told all of us, Inna fil jannati mimma la aynun ra'at. Allah prepared in Al-Jannah what no eyes have ever seen. Wala udhunun sami'at, no ear has ever heard it. Wala khatar ala qalbi bashar, no human being has ever imagined the way it is. So that is why you are confused. Because you run from here, go Balada, you still come back, still within. Another hadith of Imam Muslim, a woman, Allahu Akbar, hadith reported by Imam Abu Zar. Prophet said, on the day of Qiyamah, when people are in Al-Jannah, one of the angels, Jibril, an angel will go touring around Al-Jannah, and he will fly for 40 years. After 40 years, he now stays somewhere, let me rest. And the woman peeped from the window that this thing is still coming up since day before yesterday. 40 years, the angel is still within apartment of one person. My respected elders and brothers in Islam, we should never downplay Salat. The first thing that will make me to be in Al-Jannah, Salat is one. If without Salat, no one will not get to Al-Jannah. Because people of hell, they were asked, Man salakakum fi sakar? Qalu lam naku min al-musallin. The reason why we are burning, Allah never make any one of us from among them. The reason why they were burning inside the fire is that lam naku min al-musallin. We were not part of those who were praying when we were alive. So it's a good expo. Number two, we made mention in our khutbah. Allah talked about the sifat, the attributes and qualities of those who have been Al-Jannah to Firdaus, Surah Al-Mu'minun. And he gave 6 stars. Out of 6, Salat is 2. Allah began with Salat, Allah ended with Salat. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. The first thing that will make them to be in Al-Jannah, Firdaus, Allah specified that Firdaus, verse 9 and 10 of that chapter, or of that, yes, to up to 11. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَارِثُونَ. These are the certified inheritors. الَّذِينَ يَرِثُونَ الْفِرْدَوْسِ. These are people who inherit Al-Firdaus. هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. No any expiring time, no any landlord wants to collect the rentage, everything. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا. May Allah extend our rahmah to all of us. It is not easy. Wallah, it is not. It is not easy. But one of those things that will make it easy, just do your own and expunge anything shirk from your lineage. Wallah, you will not die except the day Allah has written. And if you are doing shirk, you will not live longer than the day Allah has written. So why not you stay where Allah asks you to stay? After all, before we know Baba Allah, who was there for us? It's not saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Human being. Ya ayyuhal insan, ma garraka bi rabbikal karim. Give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't look for what Allah has not asked you to look for. You can hustle, yes, hustle. You can strive. You can look for money, but make sure from halal source. Then don't mingle yourself with those who are idolaters in any form. Then Al-Jannah Firdaus is waiting. One of the reasons my Prophet also said, every now and then, Allah min asaf al-Jannah. Prophet was saying every day, even though Allah told him we'll be in Al-Jannah, then it is meant for all of us. Part of the hadith, اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل. Oh Allah, I ask you a favor to grant me Al-Jannah and make easy for me those things that will make me to be in Al-Jannah. One of those things is Salah. It's not easy. But if you did not pray, wallahi, ask yourself, the period you did not pray, what did you use it for? It's something banza. Yes. Yes. No reward from football, fam. We have said it. Anybody who goes to watch football because they are playing UEFA Champions League, or what they call it, European whatever. All these, you can watch them at your leisure time, but don't waste the time on it, especially you shouldn't mortgage Salat for football. Because the Salat, the player, the referee, those who are monitoring all the linemen, whatever, wallahi, everybody will go his way on the day of Qiyamah, including the managers of the teams and the teammates themselves. Illa man atallaha biqalbin salim. May Allah grant all of us qalbun salim. Prophet Sallam, Allah granted him, as Fatima said, Jannatul Firdaus ma'awa. You are going to Al-Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah grant all of us Al-Jannatul Firdaus. All this all together, Hadith of Prophet Sallam, he says, Is'alu li al-wasila. Allahu Akbar. Ask Allah to grant me favor of wasila. What is wasila? So many things said by scholars. Al-wasila is a direct channel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created it. And that favor, no single human being, only one person of all human beings, of all genes, that is reserved for one soul. Allahu Akbar. Allah to Prophet Sallam, and Prophet Sallam said, Is'alullah li al-wasila. At every point in time, especially when the salat is called, after the as-salat, adhan, say, Allahumma rabba hadhihi dawati tamma. Oh Allah, the Lord of this call that is complete. وَالصَّلَاةِ الْقَائِمَةِ, and this established salat. Ati Muhammadan al-wasilata wal-fadila. Give Prophet Sallam grandeur of al-wasila wal-fadila, and uppermost honor that no one human being will be given. Now, if you do that, Prophet Sallam says, anybody who says this for me, حَلَّتْ لَهُ شَفَاعَةِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Short banker, the person has the eligibility. I will surely intercede for that person. May Allah make it easier for all of us. There are so many ways that we can get things hawu from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They call the adhan. The muazzin says, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You repeat it. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Say the same thing. Up until Hayya ala salam. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. When he finishes, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. That is when you say, Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tamma was-salati al-qa'ima ati Muhammadan al-wasilata wal-fadila wa ba'athihi Allahu al-maqam al-mahmud alladhi wa'adda. Intaha. Al-maqam al-mahmud. Prophet says in this hadith, that place, that wasila, is one lonely gift, a divine gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, specially made, prepared for only one soul. And Prophet ﷺ says, Arju an akuna ana huwa. I love and I hope that I'm that person Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared it for. And you can see Prophet ﷺ, he now said all the ummah should be asking Allah to give it to him. You know why? Nobody, Allah says, La yatakallamun illa man adna lahu rahman wa qala sawaba. At that level, that's the opportunity Allah will give to Prophet ﷺ that will make only Prophet ﷺ to be able to talk. Every other human being will not be able to say a word. All the prophets of Allah, sawa, Allahu Akbar. Ibrahim alayhi salam, sawa. Nuh alayhi salam, sawa. Isa alayhi salam, all of them, except illa man irtada min Rasul, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You'll be the one to now intercede, beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even for calmness first. Because ahwal yawm al-qiyamah, immediately yawm al-qiyamah can start. We said it's Surah Al-Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, and then many other chapters on the Quran, that when it happens like this, there's no any day that people will be expecting. It will just happen suddenly. Allahu Akbar kabir. People will be in the masjid, some will be in the market, some will be in the hotel, some will be causing trouble, some will be settling trouble, some will be doing this, some will be getting pregnant. The pregnant mother will deliver that day, the sucking or breastfeeding will deliver, the baby will jump out of the mother and have the years Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala written for him or her. And everybody, after a while, Mutu, Allahu Akbar. every living being, human being, jinn, animals, fish, everything will have the last paragraph. Allahu Akbar kabira. And that's Allah says, فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ يَنْظُرُونَ. When they ثُمَّ نُفِخَ فِيهِ أُخْرَى Allahu Akbar kabira. When they blow the second one, then that qiyam starts. Prophet ﷺ says, I'm the first person to rise up from my qabr. Allahu Akbar in Medina. Allah will bring back souls to everybody that has been decomposed, reduced to dust, reduced to nothing. Allahu Akbar kabira. Allahu Akbar kabira. Immediately this happened, everybody, there are bodies that have been used with cement to build a house, everything will submerge. As Allah made mention, Surah Al-Qiyamah. La uqsimu bi yawm al-qiyamah. Allah says, swear, won't swear, with yawm al-qiyamah. And I uqsim bin nafs al-lawwama. And I swear also with a soul, a blaming soul. Anytime he does anything wrong, he blames himself and he does tawbah. Ayasabu al-insan alla najma' idhama. Does human being think that we cannot bring all the decomposed bodies and the rotten bones? Does he think that we cannot bring everything together? Bala, Allah says, it is far away from your thinking. Qadirin, we are ever powerful. Allahu Akbar. Only him, but he's using plural for himself. Bala, Qadirin, we are ever powerful. Ala an nusawiya banana, everything, even hair, even saliva, everything will bring it back. Allahu Akbar kabira. Allahu Akbar kabira. Is this not enough for human being to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Now, when you wake up from the couple, I wake up, this wake up, everybody will be running to wherever he doesn't know. Allahu Akbar kabira. No direction. And you won't ask anybody, no. Just like in the market now. Let somebody just enter the market and just start running, or 3 persons running. This one selling will run, this one will also run, until they get to a space. What is happening? Some people will not ask. We don't know. Just bring any tire, flat tire, close to the market. Boom, everybody scattered. This one is something that we can even think of. That of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, between just being a government time. 1 second, boom, everybody started running up and down. The next thing Allah says, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ. As you are running towards Jabi, you meet with your mother. The mother will not say Salam alaikum Kau will not say Bako, Alaji, nobody. You run, you continue to run. Everybody, Ufata, Urata, bare naked. Allahu Akbar kabira. Naked, Imam, Ma'mun, Anbiya. Prophet Sallallahu was asked, Aisha said, Ya Rasulullah, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, would people not be looking at their private parts? Prophet Sallallahu said, Ya Aish, the experience of that day will make La ilaha illa an subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. The experience of that day will make a soul to forget his name. You are angry now that they don't call you Alajba. Somebody will be angry because they don't put MNI, OON, OFR. You yourself forget that you are Alaj somebody. La ilaha illa an subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Yawma yafiru min amri wa ummi wa abi wa sahibati wa bani likulli imri'in. That's the word. Minhum yawma'idin sha'nu yughni. Everybody's matters and affairs, they are not for him, never to even remember another person. Wallahi, husband and wife, they will meet, running, helter skelter. Until when Prophet Sallam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, down, وَجَاءَ رَبُّكَ وَالْمَلَكُ صَفًّا. Suddenly, Allah will appear. Yalla jalaluka ya Allah. May Allah grant all of us the opportunity to see him. But not everybody will see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not everybody. Those who are doing zina, they will not see him. Idolaters, they will not see him until they serve the punishment, and the spot of the punishment will be in their body until the best are 70,000 times 70,000 times 70,000, equivalent to more than 12 billion according to the new statistics. Don't ask me, but hadith of Prophet 70,000 from my ummah will enter al-Jannah bighairi hisab wala iqab. They will enter al-Jannah, no accountability, no any problem. La ilaha illa ant. They are asked, was it only those who came? They mean awwalin wal akhirin. From among those who live with Prophet Sallallahu, and from among ourselves, and even the generations yet unborn. But let us take the census population. In Nigeria, how many? Only Allah knows. May Allah make you alive from among them. And that's the uppermost honor. Wallahi al-azim. As you are coming, Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutmainnah, irji'i ila rabbiki راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي. May Allah do that to all of us at the point of death. I say, may Allah do that for only me, my wife and my children. These are the people I know now. I say, may Allah do that for all of us. Nobody is saying pay dollar. You will see dollar, you run. Nobody to collect it from your hand again. You don't know the name of the dollar. Even the person who is on the dollars, you won't know anything because they have switched over. They have switched over dunya. Everybody forget about the country he lived in. Jalla Jalaluka ya Allah. May Allah SWT grant all of us the opportunity to kill behind Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Saying this, Fatima continued. This ala darajat, and that is expected of all of us. Min fawaid al-hadith, one of the extracted benefits of this hadith, دليل على أنه لا بأس بالندب اليسير إذا لم يكن مؤذنا بالتسخط على الله. There is no problem when someone loses, you lose somebody, a relative. One can shed tears. One can, like what we call, you can't complain, but one can at least, you feel sober. It is not out of place. You feel sober. One can shed tears. But niyah is what Prophet said no. We said that last week. To say, the only breadwinner of our family is gone. Now we are in a state of problem. This and that. Allah hates it. Because that person didn't come to dunya because of you. Neither did you come to dunya because of him. You only met in this dunya, you must depart. Now the same Allah who gave him that, Allah can give you more than that. Even if he has not given you there, Allah wants you to do tawakkul. Total reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, another, when somebody loses someone, you can say, La ilaha illa ant, subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Can shed tears. Prophet sallallahu was reported, there's another hadith there, when the same Fatima, when the one of his sons was about to die. Another one, Prophet himself, when Kulthum died, the Sahaba, the Salama, and two others that were bathing, Prophet said, do this, plait the hair, do this, do this, do this. Then, when they were about to bury the baby, one of the Sahaba says, I looked at the face of Prophet and I saw tears rolling down. The Prophet asked, said, yes, Rahmatun min Allah. Allah is not wicked. So you feel sympathy. That sympathy is not out of place. But to be, they are not saying, Akuri, Zakai. But some will say, Akuri, say, my, I'm still, he will still come. No. Some are going up till after 3 days. When he has cried, complain. Some will say, I know. It is that woman in my village. The woman that will die when her own time comes. Then which woman killed all the children of Prophet Muhammad? Which woman? It's only our time that women soon should go. Before this time, they were not accusing women. Some, their iman is sold off to Shaitan. Shaitan have paid them back. They believe that the downfall, the problem, the quagmire, their mother is behind them. That's what the Bokas have told them. That your mother is your source of downfall. Mother, wahanan ala wahan. She suffered for you to pay her back. Now you turn out to your enemy. Wallahi, that person for him to get to Al-Jannah, illa insha'Allah. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. May Allah make all of us from among those who will be kind, generous, and nice to our parents. Now, lastly, لكنه ندب يسير وليس ينم عن اعتراض على قدر الله سبحانه وتعالى. Fatima bint Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she felt very bad. And look at all the statements, all our words. They are attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya abata, oh my father, ajaba rabban daha. He has obeyed the call of Allah who has called him. Jannatul Firdaus mahwa. Now he is going to Al-Jannatul Firdaus. Ila Jibril nan'a. It's only Jibril we can console with. Allahu Akbar. You see, the only time she fell, when the eventual Prophet was buried and everybody came back, said, so you have got you have peace of mind to pour sands on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everybody came back. He's not returning again. Then she left everything in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us a clear understanding of our religion. More importantly, Wallahi, la nas'alan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it. La nabluwannakum bi shay min al-khawf wal-ju' wa naqs min al-amwal wal-anfus wat-thamarat wa bashir as-sabirin. The expectation is that let us try to be patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any condition we find ourselves, any condition, then let us be giving thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more especially when Allah does any favor. And every favor Allah does every day. Your own favor today may not be money. This person may be, oh, he got money. Your own is that they have elevated your rank, inshallah, spiritually in Illiyin. You don't know, because you give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, continue. You give sadaqah, Allah rewards you, and you've been booked in book of our record.
Allahu
These are things we shouldn't
Akbar.
maybe we are so disturbed, or because of the person, because of his position in our family or whatever. No. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. In last hadith, inshallah, that will be next week. Prophet said, anything, when someone died, expectation is that inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi ma akhadha, wa lahu ma a'ata, wa kulli shay'in indahu bi ajalin musamma. Faltasbir wal tahtasib. Inna lillahi ma akhadha. Any soul that dies now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes possession. It's a property of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The person might be your own father, might be my own father, my uncle, our brother, our sister, but that sister, that uncle, that aunt, everybody is the property of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna lillahi ma akhadha. Allah owns what he has collected. That's soul that died. Wallahu ma a'ata. The children Allah gives to you is Allah's property. Still, they are Allah's property. Wa kullu shay'in indahu bi ajalin musamma. Everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does, it has expiry date, a limited time that thing will go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Walitasbir, be patient with Allah, walitahtasib, and then make that a challenge for you to get to the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala console all of us, may Allah grant all of us a good reward of as-sabr, and make us from among as-sabirin. These are people who have the ma'iyya of Allah. Allah confirmed that there is people. Inna Allaha ma'as-sabirin. May Allah make all of us from among the as-sabirin, those who will be in al-jannatul firdaus. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala al-mursalin, walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. If there is any question, inshallah, we'll take. Without, we move on, inshallah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. After Iqamah, there's no any supplication after Iqamah. As at the time the Iqamah is going, you can supplicate the same way. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. Then when you get there, you can ask whatever you want from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a work of istijaba. But there's no special adhkar for that one. The only thing, after adhkar we made mention, after the adhan, there are not only one, there are many. Raditu billahi ta'ala rabba, wa bil islami dina, wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam nabiyyan wa rasula, amantu billah. It depends on the time you have or how many you want to take from hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But no matter how busy you and I are, we must not forget that Allahumma rabba hadhihi da'wati tamma, because it's a kind of covenant between us and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So whoever says that, every now and then that he must be called the other, halat lahu shafa'ati yawm al-qiyamah. Except I don't see that person on the day of Qiyamah, I must intercede for him. We will not get to a head. That's covenant between us and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us from among the beneficiaries of that adhkar and other adhkar. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala